Welcome back to Craft Truck Tech Bites. We're here with Randy Weddick, Band Pro. There we go. You leave me hanging there. It was crazy. And we got something very exciting today, which only about 3 people in the world have actually seen before they were all killed. Isn't that right?
Yes.
The Sony.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, now we're about to see it. The Sony F55. I'm not going to touch it because I don't want you to hold it. There we go.
This is an F55. It's a new 4K camera from Sony. The sensor on the 55 is a 4K by 2K Bayer pattern sensor.
There we go. And
it has the same color filter array on it that an F65 has. So it's able to give you a color gamut that's well outside of Kodak print stock. So you're able to capture a huge range of colors.
What's the size of the sensor on it, by the way?
Super 35. The actual imager is 4096 by 2160 active pixels.
Got it.
So that's actually not a 16:9 image, it's a 17:9 image. And just the sensation of motion is a lot more similar to what you're used to looking at, because it basically, I can't really use the word global shutter because there's some patenting issues, but it is basically that. It discharges all the pixels.
It's close to global shutter without you saying global shutter.
It's the same thing.
There we go. There we go. And
the other difference is it can record 4K to the S/S using an XAVC codec. And then also attaching to the back, you can get a Axis R5 recorder that pops on. You can remove this plate, and it pops on instead of that, and that will record 4K 16-bit wavelet compressed RAW.
This is a feature grade.
Yeah, it fits alongside other cameras pretty well.
Can you talk a little bit for a second about the accessories that are available for it? First of all, just the body, what's the price?
I think it's about $28,000. I'm
$28,000.
purely in the technical department, so I could be off by a few dollars, but it's
not,
right around there.
It's really not bad for what this is doing.
Yeah, altogether with the ROM recorder and a viewfinder and batteries and all that stuff, you're probably around 40 or something
40,
like that.
right.
Yeah.
Built out 40, okay. And the viewfinder itself is proprietary by Sony?
Yeah, that works with this camera. It's a new viewfinder. It's an OLED viewfinder, so it has the same black level on the OLED monitors that Sony makes. So
wow. The camera comes in a PL mount. Does it come in other mounts as well? Or?
Yeah. Let me pop this off
Sure.
there just to make sure you got a good grip on it. So this is a PL mount, but behind the PL mount is this thing called an FZ mount, and the FZ mount's only 18 millimeters from the flange to the sensor. So what that means is that you can use any kind of lens adapter. You can use tons of different kinds of lenses because the flange depth is so short. All you're going to need is a mechanical adapter to go in between there. A couple more things I can talk to you about also. This camera can also do 4K output to a 4K display through either quad SDI, which is 4 cables, or HDMI 1.4a. Single HDMI cable can do 4K up to 30 frames per second.
Oh yeah, and what is the maximum frame rate of the camera, by the way?
Current maximum frame rate of the camera is in 4K or 1080 is 60 frames per second. Later on down the line,
pretty fast, actually.
Well, there's a bunch of to compete in today's era of cameras. You got to go faster than 60. 60 was the limit for a long time because that was related to some video related stuff. But for filmmaking, you got to go faster than that. So later down the year, there's a firmware update coming for the camera that will allow you to shoot in a 2K mode, and it's not windowed like other cameras or low resolution.
We're not saying which cameras.
Or some cameras will do line skipping or whatever like that. This camera, it'll just do
it takes the same resolution,
same field of view,
and reduces it to 2K.
Reduces it to 2K.
Right.
But because you're dealing with 4 times as few pixels between 4K and 2K, you can quadruple the frame rate. So
it'll do 240.
The camera later down the year will do 2K and 240.
That's great.
Yeah, and that's to the RAW. And then to the S/S, it'll be able to do it at 180 frames a second.
And still with the same non-global shutter, global shutter thing going on.
Yes.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Totally awesome.
Great.
Craft Truck, Tech Bites, Sony F5, F55. Awesome.